thank you to HUEL for sponsoring this video. More on them in just a bit.
Cohorts, confidants, consiglieres. It's not really a kind of friend, I guess, but it's like a trusted advisor. Just trying to get all the other synonyms out that we haven't yet utilized over 10 seasons of Friends. It's
Hundreds
one more
of episodes.
Friends Day, at least that we know of. I don't know if someone's going to surprise us with a Joey or if there's some other auxiliary content that, might crop up. No, I'm not saying there is. I'm just saying for right now, all intents and purposes, we are here to complete the Friends run with the reunion special. How are you feeling, sir? What are your expectations?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a little hot. But
You
overall,
are hot.
Thank you, baby. Overall, I'm excited, and I'm wanting to see some behind-the-scenes juju. How did everybody get cast? What was their chemistry like? What were some of the hurdles that happened over the course of the show?
Who was doing it with who?
Who was doing it with who and where?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm actually super excited for this.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Yeah, no, I'm excited as well. I mean, this is one of the most well-assembled ensembles in TV history or in just the history of performance in media.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these are characters that I've come to love, and now to see, the humans and to peel back some of that veneer is going to be interesting. See, some of the things that are genuinely just their quintessential form versus what is, more of a... Guys, we're just expecting to have a good time and to have our hearts touched. Let's watch the Friends reunion special. Let's do this thing. Friends ran for 10 seasons from 1994 to 2004. This is fact. Since the finale, the 6 cast members have been in a room all together only once until today. What was that other
Holy
occasion?
crap, yeah.
It was to negotiate.
This is it.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys have to go to the new house right away, or do you have some time?
Oh.
Okay, should we get some coffee?
Sure. Where?
We're Starbucking today.
Bye, friends.
Hi, gang.
Oh,
Love them.
we're going back to the set.
Oh, my.
Whoa.
I was going to say, they had to have preserved this. Oh, the keys.
Oh, my heart. Oh, no, this is just the final shot.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a different visual quality happening or 17 years later reunion.
Fun fact, we actually have that photo frame,
yeah.
but with us in it, all the cast of the Romy chicks.
Oh,
David Schwimmer.
Good wipe. Oh my god. Reaction video. Wow, okay. I was about to say, what does the actual layout look like?
Yeah, did they preserve it or whoa? It's Joey and Chandler's apartment. Wow.
Oh.
Huh. It's the main apartment.
What a great set, dude.
Yeah, they just put it back together.
This is beautiful. It's beautiful. Look at that.
Look at, yeah. So they must have, did they rebuild it?
I have to imagine. Oh, wow. Central Park was literally just
over here.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's 3 sets side by side.
Could they take the audience riser and just move it from set to set?
So many
Question.
So many different episodes are
Yeah.
Jen and I, our first kiss, the pilot opening the umbrella. Oh, I mean, come on.
The balcony, yeah.
Where is everyone? Come on, I want to see everyone.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lisa.
Well, hi, Lisa.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah. Screw a set. Where's my Schwimmer?
Wasn't there a decision to lose
Yes,
this?
I thought this was gone. This was here in the beginning, and
It kept it
got in the way.
It got in the way.
Was it there in the beginning? I don't even remember.
Oh, I gotta go back and look at that. Nice.
Sometimes it's a choice.
There we go.
You can already kind of feel some of the vibes, the magic chemistry coming back.
Totally. Yeah, you feel that comfortability with one another.
Oh my God. Oh wow.
She's starting to cry.
Floosh.
Oh, hi. Oh, holy crap.
We're all mic'd up.
Oh, weird. All right, well, where's the tissue box?
Joe.
Yeah, Matt LeBlanc.
Oh!
I think this kid went to my high school or something.
What are you guys doing here?
Or his nephew? I don't know.
This is great.
I wonder if they like decided an order for them to enter on.
Look at this. Does Courtney still have her lines written on the table?
Do you know what the
I never knew she did that, and I saw it. I was like, "What is it?" She goes, "Well, don't mind your business." She said.
This is like a Friends angle. Oh, one before.
I do remember. There was
Oh, of course, Matthew Perry would be the last person to enter.
That makes sense.
Oh my God. Really?
CC.
CC.
Yes. Okay, good. Of course I did.
Oh,
God, yeah.
Oh.
I can only imagine the people who grew up on the show are just like sobbing right now.
Yeah, seriously.
Smell good, Court.
Everyone smells good.
gosh,
I'm glad
that's
about that.
Yeah, hey, wonderful. Good smelling friends.
I don't remember what episode it was, but you had this like big speech, and you were struggling with it all week long.
Oh, he's tapping her up.
And I saw it, and I asked you, and you told me to mind my business. So when you weren't looking, I erased it before we shot it. You got so mad.
I'm mad at you all over again.
So much of my dialogue within these apples.
Really? Oh, wow.
I didn't know.
Oh,
Oh, and he
Here's your
came through like
boy.
a heavenly light.
Yeah.
Oh,
Harry's here.
hey, Matthew.
MP.
Lucy.
Flushy, where does that come from?
Does it seem smaller to anyone else? From here to over there.
That feels the same to me.
And was it always purple, that wall?
That's a callback.
Oh, the one thing missing. The original cookie jar is at Lisa Kudrow's.
Oh.
Okay.
I took a neon coffee mug.
I have the original ball from the foosball table.
No
Look
way.
at it and go, what is that old
Should have taken the
crappy
whole table.
thing? We smashed it, remember? By the end, it got smashed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to take it apart for the chicken and the duckling.
I need to
Chicken
watch
Duck
this series.
Yeah.
I have the original ball.
Yeah.
It's had its moments.
That's what I hear.
It's really worth a watch. I recommend it.
Hey.
Hey!
Yeah.
Are we gonna get a Janice?
I hope we get a Janice.
I don't know if-
Oh, the spinning music.
we love you. Yeah, you got the song. Oh my!
James Corden.
Oh, good, James Corden, baby.
The host we were
Everyone's
all
gonna agree about
expecting.
this in the comments.
Let's be honest, none of you had other plans.
Have fun, pal.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
We excited?
It's in the bag.
Courtney and Jen holding hands.
Oh, they all looking sharp.
Jennifer Aniston, Courteney Cox, and Matt LeBlanc, the cast of
And this was shot during COVID.
And they did the short
because they got
version.
masks.
Oh,
They had to get both.
Shazbot. And then at the very end, they'll play the full version like we heard at the very end of the show.
Yep.
Nice. Oh, David Schwimmer's the most emotional.
Look at this. Look at all of you.
Hello.
I should say we are shooting now in front of the iconic fountain.
Oh no! Cool. That's the original one. Wow.
Beautiful and it's lovely. It is, however, noisy.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that.
Difficult to conduct an interview. So if you'll just wait, watch this.
Yeah, you got a little heat lamp there too. It's probably an electrical hazard.
Done. Okay.
Red button.
All right.
Nice.
Hell
That was
yeah.
a moment.
Yep. We needed that.
How are you feeling to be together, the six of you?
It's been so fantastic and exciting, and we've literally just sort of slipped right back, right as we usually do.
David, how have you found this time?
I think we all just fell right into our same old kind of joking around, like we're a family, and so it really was.
Regressed.
We regressed.
How much do you stay in touch?
Yeah, no, we stay in touch. You know, anytime you text or call someone, they're gonna pick up.
Yeah.
Still, when the
I'll
rain.
be there for you.
When their phone starts to ring.
I don't hear from anyone.
That can't be true.
Friends was TV's #1 comedy for averaging 25 million viewers a week.
Wow.
Old school
52
numbers.
million people watched the finale.
Old school numbers compared to new school numbers are insane.
The show has been watched over 100 billion times across all platforms.
That's
Billions
wild.
and billions served.
The creators of the show are here tonight, sat in the audience. Marta Kaufman, David Crane,
Aw.
are just sat there. They created the show.
Aw. Let's get them up to talk about this a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm the executive producer
Hey.
and sometimes director of Friends, and my name is Kevin Bright.
I know your
Okay.
name.
Yeah, we've seen your name many a time.
Creator, executive producer, and writer Marta Kaufman.
Let's go, Marta Kaufman.
I'm the co-creator and executive producer of Friends.
Why is his frame
I'm
rate
David
slow?
Crane.
Interesting.
Because he's got the most gravitas.
Yeah.
They also shot his on a crane.
We had a tight circle of friends,
We're trying to make a living and find love.
and we thought that could be a show.
Yeah.
We named Chandler after a friend of mine. I mean, we definitely pulled from our lives.
Who's Chandler for real?
Yeah.
It's not like there's a lead and they have friends. No, it's just about the friend.
Yeah.
The one sentence pitch is it's about that time in your life when your friends are your family.
Dude, I mean, well done. That you hit that mark.
You succeeded with flying colors.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna do it. When did you knock?
This is true. You never knocked.
Ever.
Oh, the beam is back.
Hey.
Yeah,
Release the beam cut.
Memories just flash back of like jokes coming out of the bathroom, just like stupid things that you would do.
When did I ever do a stupid thing? Oh, the mystery closet is cleaned out.
Yep.
Did you go next door?
I have not.
Come on.
What's back here?
It's the Monica and Chandler love cave.
Yep.
The chairs, do the thing.
And the penguin. Yeah, do it. The original chairs.
Flip the legs out.
The choreography was incredible.
'Cause those back then had
Yeah,
like,
they
these
did the
big-
thing.
Yeah. They had these big like crank rigs, I think, on those cameras. So you'd have to have a few people like running these wheels.
Yeah. Did they have that center table there before? I don't remember that.
Do you remember the episode where we never got out of the chairs?
Yeah.
Pizza's on
Oh,
the
that's
way. I
new.
told you we wouldn't have to get up.
It's so stupid. I was like, yeah, but that's the brilliance. And then you were like, oh, maybe we can have fun with this.
What if we have to pee? I'll cancel the sodas.
Oh, they got real pizza delivered to the set.
Schwimmer, the episode where you guys were throwing a ball.
Yes, remember that one. Love that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that.
What?
Let me ask the boys.
What kind of ball?
You guys did shoot so many
Yeah.
episodes, so.
Do you remember the one where you guys were throwing
The one where.
forth and you couldn't drop the ball?
Couldn't drop the ball, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so it was you two.
Well,
No,
everybody.
Schwimmer was there.
Yeah.
It was started off as Ross and Joey.
Get something to eat, or do you want to see how long we can throw this ball back and forth?
Eh?
And then Monica got in there.
Ball thing.
The ball.
This is how old we are. This is what laptops
No, I remember.
Yeah, dude.
All right, let's go and look at the dressing room.
I think we still have my dad's old
Jennifer's
like
forever.
OG MacBook.
Those are my hardwood floors.
Eh?
You guys ate lunch together every day.
Yeah,
We ate every meal together.
that's right.
We
also
even on the weekend.
Even midnight
Wow.
snack.
And
It
Inger
all
would
seems
cook.
small to me, the whole stage.
You know, that's impossible though, because we haven't grown.
We haven't grown.
Speak for
Shut
yourself.
up.
Speak for yourself. My man. It's okay. You've earned it, bud.
That's great. Yeah.
Silver Fox, now you're looking good.
Yeah, he's earned the dad bod.
I love the Thanksgiving ones, but I loved when we lost the apartment, the quiz that.
Oh, yeah. It's so fun.
Yeah, but that quiz was
Losing our
really
apartment.
fun.
Surprise clip show.
You and Chandler know me and Rachel better than we know you.
Well, we do.
What is Monica's biggest pet peeve?
Animals dressed as humans.
That's correct.
What is Monica's nigga's pet
And scene.
If we win, they have to get rid of the
Chandler Bong.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Chandler
If we
Bong.
win, we get your apartment.
What is Chandler
Yes.
Bing's job?
Oh, he's a
Transponster.
Transponster.
A delivery. The delivery.
So great.
Yes. Aboard the dog.
Oh, the
Oh
studio
my
audience.
God.
Are they gonna redo the scene?
Okay,
No way! Oh, fun.
we'll answer a set of trivia questions. Okay?
About each other for real, though.
The
right?
categories are fears and pet peeves. The coin toss to see who goes first.
Okay.
Okay, somebody call it this time.
sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, it's tails, and the boys go first.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Rachel wrote Ross a letter and demanded he read it before they got back together.
Yeah, that's right.
How many pages was that letter?
18 pages.
Oh yeah.
18 pages.
Front and back!
Front and back.
Shit. Front and back.
Yes, yes, of course.
That was. You should each get half a point.
Oh wow, they got the letter.
But who gets
Wow.
What?
Me!
Okay, ladies, pick a category.
It's all relative.
It's all relative.
All right.
Yes.
Ladies, can you name this voice?
That's my monkey.
Oh, Mr.
Mr.
Heckles.
Mr. Hinkle.
Hinkle.
Oh, Mr. Winkle.
Mr. Heckles.
Wait, no.
No?
Really?
What's his name?
Come on.
It's the guy who lives downstairs.
And his name would be...
Mr. Winkles.
No!
Mr. Heckles, guys.
I know it!
It's not your turn.
No, will the mystery voice please reveal himself?
Come
Is
on.
he still alive?
We got him. Mr. Heckles lives.
Yes.
The ghost of Mr. Heckles haunts the set.
Yes.
That's fun.
It's Larry Hankin back as Mr. Heckle.
You all owe me a cat and a waffle.
Nah, it could be my cat.
I'm happy he's still alive, man. He was old back then.
Yeah, he was born old.
Yep.
Okay, guys, you're up.
Literature.
Oh, that's a good choice, gentlemen.
Thank you.
According to Monica, how many erogenous zones?
7.
7.
Courtney, is that correct?
That's correct.
Wow, you're doing good at this game.
Hey.
You're doing good at this quiz.
Ladies,
Ancient history.
ancient history.
All right, here we go.
I'm going to need a little help with this question.
Uh-oh. Oh. Oh my. Oh my.
I don't remember this.
This very barbershop quartet famously delivered a message to Rachel from Ross.
It's in my
But can
the
you
deep annals of the
complete
memories.
the lyrics?
I don't remember this one.
Congratulations on your first week.
I do remember this now. I
Yeah,
remember this now.
because he's trying way too hard.
Yeah. When he's jealous of Mark.
Gentlemen,
Boyfriend Ross.
da-da-da-da-da, boyfriend Ross. Is that correct, gentlemen?
It's nice to have a boyfriend.
Your loyal, loving boyfriend, Ross. Ross.
Yes,
That's
fun.
I remembered as they started to do it.
That's fun. We're not.
More trivia.
We are not
Friends has
keeping
this
score.
magic because each character is
Oh,
so
yes.
distinct
Let's go.
that they could hold a television show by themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, what is her name in the show?
Rachel's sister.
Jill?
I think Jill. I think that could be right.
Hi, is Rachel here? I'm her sister. Rachel Green's sister on Friends. I was like, have I won the lottery?
Seriously.
So one of the most exciting things was I got in the apartment and Joey walks in and he goes,
Hey, how you doing?
Oh. How you doing?
and to watch a famous character say his famous line.
Yeah, from feet away.
Hey, it's Phoebe. We can talk to Phoebe.
Each one of them is a leading character.
Yeah.
Together, you get this great repartee, all the actors at the top of their game, and great chemistry.
Here.
Right.
No, Joey, we swore we'd never tell.
They'll never understand.
This is about the beach.
But they also worked so well together. There was a real sense of love for each other.
I wonder how many days they shot this over the course of.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk.
We didn't think we could make it.
I was in too much pain.
And I was tired from digging the huge hole.
I'd seen this thing on the Discovery Channel.
Wait a minute. I saw that on the Discovery Channel. Yeah, about jellyfish and how if you...
Discovery Channel spread misinformation.
You peed on yourself?
Ew! You can't say that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Still got
I
it, man.
tried, but I couldn't. I just couldn't bend that way, so...
Oh, Monica looks at you.
That's right, I stepped up.
Yeah. I stepped up.
She's my friend and she needed help. If I had to, I'd pee on any one of you.
Still's got the Joey cadences down, yeah.
I got the stage fright.
Oh, no.
I wanted to help, but there was just too much pressure, so I turned to Chandler.
That noise.
Joey kept screaming at me. Do it, do it, do it now. Sometimes late at night, I can still hear the screaming.
Do you remember the
Awesome.
first table read ever? That's the first time I laid eyes on
Is there footage of that?
You're being Phoebe, and jeans, and Courtney had a pink baby doll tee from Fred Siegel with a white trim.
Yeah, I just remember that's when we all met, I remember meeting everyone the first time.
You remember what I was wearing?
And, you know, I was like, oh, okay. That's why I've been losing out on all these roles over these years. I mean, and then hearing all of you for the first time, I thought everyone was so perfectly cast.
Yeah.
I mean, here. One of the best casting ensembles of all time.
Truly.
We saw approximately a gazillion people.
Are we going to get to see their test footage?
Let's see it. Show me. I
Show
want
me
to
their
know.
auditions, please.
We had seen David for another role.
His hangdog expression stuck with us.
Hangdog.
Look at that film.
Try to get David. David has quit television.
What?
Full experience doing another show. He's moved back to Chicago to just do theater.
Comment below. What show was that?
Bearded Ross.
Wow.
I believe we sent him gift baskets.
I have no recollection of the gift basket. I thought we just sent him the script.
That was a gift basket in disguise.
And he came on board. All right, we got one.
So they really wanted him.
Yeah.
A bunch of women who read Phoebe and was nothing. And
Yeah.
my husband Jeffrey was writing and producing on Mad About You. And here, playing Ursula, the waitress.
Okay, I'm just gonna go get your check then.
Got it right here.
Great, okay, right.
Phoebe was a much more positive image.
Ah!
I wonder if it's supposed to be the same Ursula.
I think it's sort of head canonically accepted.
Lisa Kudrow was the second one.
Wow. So young.
Film.
We thought we were on a roll, and then came about 2.5 months where we cast no one.
Oh, wow.
Wowie.
Matt LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc.
LeBlanc, $11 in his pocket when he auditioned.
Wow.
Wow. Look at that hunk.
Yeah. Handsome feller.
Matt came in, and suddenly on him, the lines felt funny.
So Matt went right down to the wire, auditioned it. But the funny thing about it is the other actor ended up in the show, in the one with the Unagi.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Fake Joey. I was wondering.
That's
how you
crazy.
Doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
That's so funny.
I think I was wondering at the time if they maybe pulled somebody who would audition for Joey.
About the audition process.
Wow, what a meta casting on that one.
I love when they do stuff like that.
I had gone in a bunch of times, and I think it was on the final callback. And then he said, so the show's about friends? I was like, yeah, kind of. He goes, then we should go out drinking. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. To make a long story short, I woke up in the middle of the night. I got up too fast, and I can't believe I'm telling this.
Oh my.
Kind of blacked out,
Oh.
as you do.
As you do.
And fell face first into the tub, hit my nose.
Oh, Lord.
A huge, chunk of meat came off my nose.
Oh,
So I have to go in, call back, and it's like a big.
Oh, no.
And I told the truth and got the job. So
I had a real Joey moment, let me tell you.
That's hilarious.
What was it about Friends that attracted you to it?
They had written the role of Ross with my voice in mind. Oh, it's a bug!
Ah!
No, it's right there!
It would happen to Phoebe.
Yeah.
That's fuzz.
That's fuzz.
The real life moment.
Mm-hmm.
The real life
Very
moment.
genuine.
This is the one with the bug.
The thing is that we dealt with it well.
Yeah. You even reacted to that like Phoebe.
More entertaining than my story.
You were so hard.
Courteney Cox.
And we really saw Courtney as kind of a Rachel.
Oh, interesting.
I see it.
And that she herself was more of a Monica. And she was right.
Cool.
She'd been in the Bruce Springsteen video and with Michael.
Wow.
Snap.
Oh, no way. I didn't know that.
But everything Courtney brought to it made Monica so much richer than what we had originally intended.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Matthew Petty.
I thought Chandler was going to be the easiest part to cast. We saw actor after actor, and it wasn't funny.
Oh, no.
We had worked with Matthew Perry on Dream On.
Oh, look at that smolder.
And for the first time through the casting process, we knew there was a character there.
It was just a little problem. He had already signed on for another sitcom.
Oh no!
Whoa!
Luggage handlers.
What?
Future at LAX.
No way! That sounds like a fake movie you'd see in Friends.
That's coming on right after this episode of Mac and Cheese.
Hey, Griffith Park has the best picnic areas.
What?
Oh, what?
What a weird concept.
Insignificant.
Oh, that guy.
And thought, this show is never going. Put him in Friends.
What?
Wow.
It was like, there's our Chandler.
And I just won $1 million.
Spins the lines in a way that they're his, and there's so many comedy skills there.
He is really great.
Gifted.
Yeah. And then Jennifer Aniston.
Rachel was the hardest part to cast.
Okay.
I mean, this is an incredibly selfish, self-involved, spoiled. You don't like Rachel.
That's fair.
And women who come in wearing actual wedding dresses.
Of course.
And then Jennifer came in.
Jennifer
Wow, young Jennifer.
signed on to a show called Muddling Through.
Was that her leprechaun headshot?
Gidney, tell me something. How often do we have steak on the menu? So what you have there is a rare steak.
Lol.
And we took this big risk, share her with this other show, and we'll see who wins.
Wow.
While that show was still on,
holy shit,
we would have had to reshoot the first 3 episodes of Friends.
Wow.
Wow, that's a risk, boy.
Genuineness about her, where just made you feel okay about everything.
Oh, I was kind of hoping that wouldn't be an issue.
She's really good at playing like the good heart of Rachel with all those other things alongside it that make the character who she is. Yeah.
I mean, Jen, what were your first impressions of the rest of the cast?
I just remember sitting with these 5 other people, hat in hand, went to the producer of the show I was on, and I said, please release me from this show.
Wow.
This show that I'm doing right now. Nothing against your show. I just love these people, and I am having so much fun. I saw that show. I'm gonna tell you something. That show's not gonna make you a star.
Oh no.
This show is gonna make you a star.
That's what they gotta tell you.
And enough said.
Well, he's here tonight. That producer's here tonight.
That would have been funny. That would have been bonkers. What
Okay, it's all relative.
While in Las Vegas, Joey finds his identical hand twin.
Yeah.
Pay good money.
Is it Tom Lennon?
Identical hands showcased in some type of a.
I want Joey's shirt.
I will chop off my hand and give it to you.
Yep.
From this lineup,
Oh my God! Did they actually get Tom Lennon's hands?
identify Joey's hand twin.
Oh my God, it's number 2.
Right there, number 2.
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, Thomas Lennon's back. Let's go.
Yay! And he's wearing the same fit.
Did
I mean, the other, kind of obvious. The other guys have different skin tones.
Yeah, I was gonna say they put the whitest hands in the middle.
Right.
Fears and pet peeves.
Yeah, we gotta get some of those.
There's a message on the answering machine.
Oh no, it's from Richard.
You identify the voice. Can you hit that button?
Hey guys, would love for all of you to come to my retirement party.
Tom Selleck.
Let me know if you can.
No, oh my God.
What? Oh wow, I was wrong, and so is she.
Please make himself known.
How can it not be?
Tom, why did you lie?
Selleck, yeah. Come on, gotta be.
Yeah.
One of the most iconic guest stars of all time.
Yes.
Tom Selleck, everybody.
Wow.
Everyone gotta grow their mustache out now.
Hey, Richard. And he gets to stay and chill with them. All right.
Bonus question.
Oh, God.
Right. Monica famously chose Chandler over Richard. What did Chandler do for a living?
Oh, Lord.
Good callback.
Transponster.
Transponster sounds good to me.
Yes. Here's the answer, and it's yeah.
It's data.
He knows really.
They told us once or twice, but it was so long and complicated.
Yeah. It's like data processing something.
The girls are the winners.
Oh, well, we brought it full circle.
Oh, we should get to see the rest of the questions. I was down
Should
for
we
a
get
whole
the medal?
trivia.
I want them to just come back every so often and play the game.
Yeah.
When did you start to feel like those changes that you've been told about?
When we came back for second season, it was a completely different ballgame.
And at first, it's very jarring. No one really prepares you for what that's going to be like.
Oh yeah, God, they must have been impossibly famous.
It doesn't matter.
It goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, that part. I have the news on, and on the TV, and it was an aerial shot live of each of our houses.
What?
Whoa.
And I could hear the helicopter over my house. I was like, what the hell?
What in the No Way Home?
At the screen, and my roof is a mess. Sure as shit, I've got some leaks up there. For them to come over and fix it.
That's fame working for you.
Yeah.
No one was going through what we were going through except the other 5.
We are actually family.
Yeah, because our family couldn't relate, our friends, our closest friends couldn't relate.
Sure.
I don't remember where I was going, but they were on every magazine.
Yeah, buddy.
Holy shit. This is crazy.
Wow.
I can't imagine at that time too, like
all the awards.
Hey.
Oh yes.
And when I heard that on my car,
I'm gonna watch the music video for it.
Wow, this is not your average television show.
Nah.
The cover of Rolling Stone.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Somehow entered the zeitgeist. I don't know when that happened.
TV Hall of Fame.
Why is it such a phenomenon?
The Rachel.
Everyone's getting the Rachel. Which hairdresser created that?
And asked me about Ross and Rachel and when they were going to get together and how that's going to happen.
That's awesome. And I was excommunicated for not telling him.
It's like the Beatles were there and everybody was screaming.
My God.
The Fab Six.
Yeah, and that's like early seasons too.
In 18 different languages.
Woo.
Mais qu'est-ce que tu faisais dans une bibliothèque?
Basically,
I love it. I love it.
Jordan to India, they knew what Friends was.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Me the DVDs of the whole series.
Oh, that's right.
What?
Rat Monster learned English.
Oh, wow.
Really taught me the things about life and true friendship.
We love Friends.
We love Friends.
Dude. And BTS is like the Friends of K-pop.
Hey.
It's my eyes.
Pivot.
Shut up. Shut up. Smelly cat. Smelly cat.
Wow.
What are they feeding you?
Wow. Could you imagine that? Just being
Dude.
affecting the world in that way? That's beautiful.
In college, we were too shy to talk to girls, so Friends was a way to boost our and be able to make new friends, especially ladies.
Especially ladies.
My most favorite episode on Friends is
Yeah. Great episode.
Dude, that was so good, dude.
Phenomenal.
So good.
Reject Nation, summer is here, and that means routine gets obliterated. We got travel. We got barbecue. Late nights, long work days, looking up at 1 p.m., realizing I've only been running on snacks and vibes. But something like HUEL is what I love at a time like this. Their Black Edition powder. Said it many times because it's freaking true. I used HUEL quite often during my cut last year. And to this day, I still have it several times a week. My move is mixing their powder in a variety of flavors with my non-dairy yogurt that I love so much. So it turns into this like legit pudding situation. Or sometimes blending it with an at-home acai bowl. I'm so LA. The ready-to-drinks are great as well. Like, that's what I was mainly using last year. But, like, this year, Coy, he's been drinking HUEL constantly while getting wedding ready. If you guys follow him on Instagram, you can see a lot of his progress. And you know throughout this year, he's been drinking HUEL. He will drink it on camera, evidence. So, guys, the HUEL Black Edition is a complete meal. 40 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber. You got to get your fiber, people. 27 essential vitamins and minerals, gluten-free, no artificial sweeteners or colors, vegan-friendly. Under $5 per meal. And if you're using the powder, it only takes like 30 seconds to make or get the ready to drink. That's even better in a rush. After checkout, you can fill out the survey and say Real Rejects sent you. Limited time offer. Get 15% off HUEL online with my code REJECTS at the link in the description box and pinned comment at the link right here on screen. New customers only, limited time. So don't sit on it. Thank you to HUEL for once again helping to support my lifestyle and for partnering up with us yet again.
That is the way I wanted to ask my soulmate.
I love the French shirt she's wearing too.
You know, society pushes us to marry the first guy who just say, will you marry me? So watching that episode got me thinking, take charge of my own relationship.
Sure.
A year ago, when my father got diagnosed with a terminal disease called MND,
Oh no.
a battle of seeing the only person I've loved getting closer to death every day.
Woof.
I was a gay man who wanted to have hair like Jennifer Aniston.
Oh.
What I came home to, friends was, they were my friends, since I didn't really have any.
Sure. That's gotta be a lot of people's story.
Yeah.
I can't.
Aww.
If you are staring at a screen which is playing Friends, you're gonna laugh.
Like every Chandler, I found my Monica.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So when they sleep, they should relax knowing that they have saved more lives.
It's really sweet.
Just
Oh, where them tissues at? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ugh.
Aw. Oh, golly, yeah, of course.
Friends, and I realized what like this true addiction to a
Yeah.
TV show means.
And that was my proudest moment when I got her hooked
Yes.
on it. And I was like, mission accomplished. And
You know, Friends brought friends together.
It does,
Yeah,
man.
it really does. Oh,
One
that
of my
guy.
favorite moments.
The routine.
Yes, routine.
the routine. The routine.
I love it. Please tell me they learned the routine.
Oh, please.
I want to know the story about this got choreographed.
Yes, please.
I love too that like the brother sister dynamic they have. Like it is a unique one.
100%.
A little moonwalking.
Yeah.
Now play Ross's sound. I remember
Get it,
whenever
get it.
kids started doing that. Who choreographed this?
Throughout tonight, we're going to take questions from the.
Oh, okay.
Has anybody got a question?
Me.
Us.
Me.
I do.
James over here. James.
Pick me, James. Pick me.
James. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Was there anything that you didn't like?
Way to keep it positive. Was there anything that you didn't like?
You know they vetted that.
The monkey.
And the monkey.
Marcel.
You hated Marcel?
The monkey scared me.
I loved the monkey.
Yeah, because you didn't have to touch it.
Wow.
She did.
Damn.
First of all, I want to say I love animals. I love primates. I'm an animal lover. However,
The animal actor who played Marcel was a diva.
the monkey, obviously, it was trained, but it would get messed up because the monkey didn't do its job right.
Unprofessional.
Get it together, monkey.
To reset, we'd have to go again because the monkey didn't get it right.
David's so angry still.
He's breaking Matthew Perry.
I would like you to be more serious about that.
Yes.
That's the most Chandler response ever.
When the monkey was resting, and the trainer would come up, open, and give the monkey live grubs.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
The monkey would be sitting on my shoulder, like break him in half, these squirming live grubs. They'd eat it, and then he'd just go like that.
Oh.
Just grab your head.
Monkey grubby hand.
Monkey grubby hands.
It was time for Marcel too.
He's just moving on to bigger, better things. It's fine. Shots fired at Marcel.
I mean, from an
I
actor
get it.
perspective, I get it.
I get it.
My illusion, it's broken.
Yeah.
There's a couple here in the audience here. Do you have a question?
Yes, I do.
Oh, the parents!
Hey!
Yeah, they're both still alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. and Mrs. Geller.
Julia Pickles and Elliot Gould? Or Christina Pickles, my bad.
You say Angelica Pickles?
I said Julia, but
Julia.
Angelica would have worked, yeah.
I remember they were awfully nice to us. One day we came to work and they said, the parents are here. And we really did feel like their parents. In fact, we used to worry about them quite a lot.
Sure.
And we really did feel we were, because they're so sweet.
No.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. Fantastic.
Wow, look at them.
They're not married to each other, are they?
I don't think so. David Beckham.
Because I'm a clean freak.
David Beckham.
You know, I travel a lot.
When I'm missing the kids, when I'm missing the family, I put on Friends because it makes me smile.
Hell yeah. Did they put football in your cut, UK? Let me know. Or anywhere but America.
Has to be where they're all getting ready.
Oh, no.
In the apartment.
It's fat. I drank fat.
Oh, the fat. He's going to drink
Oh, the one where everyone's late.
Speech to make, and he's nervous.
This is a great episode. It's one of my favorites, too.
When Chandler goes to the toilet, Joey sits in Chandler's chair.
You're my seat.
How is this your seat?
Because I was sitting there.
But then you left.
Well, it's not like I went to Spain.
He eventually gives up his seat, but he takes the cushion.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, you said I had to give you the chair. You didn't see anything about the cushion?
The cushions are the essence of the chair. I'm taking the essence.
I'm taking the essence. Oh my God, it's so good.
And it makes you smile to almost the point of crying.
Agree. Yes, iconic, iconic,
So
iconic.
great.
You hide my clothes? I'm wearing everything you own. I'm Chandler. Could I be wearing any more clothes?
I love it.
Commando.
Oh, no.
It's the first episode we ever did that's shot in real time.
Yeah.
It felt like it.
I better not do any, I don't know, lunges.
Yeah. Stretch it out.
So you had to do shows that weren't going to cost a fortune, keep them located just on our set. So how do you make story where you put everybody in one room?
What were you doing when your arm came out of the socket or the shoulder?
Oh, that's right.
That was one of the best episodes we ever did.
I remember.
That was a very Rachel thing to do.
There were firemen in the episode.
No.
Our fire department came in to help Joey. I'm sorry.
Announce that again.
I wonder if Gunther's going to come back for this.
Chandler and Joey have been fighting over this chair. Joey runs and jumps into the chair.
We shot it 3 times and it went perfectly. Lord knows why we had to shoot it a 4th time.
You want to go from me sitting on Maddie's lap?
Oh my.
And I went
Oh, my.
just to jump over the coffee table and somehow tripped.
Oh, no.
My shoulder came out of the socket.
Are they going to show it?
Are they going to show that?
I hope so.
Are we gonna
Let's see it.
Is his arm getting pulled out?
Joey Jackass.
I don't want to skate. I don't want to see pain.
It doesn't look like anything.
Okay.
Till I stand up. Owie, 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 owie. Yeah.
No, it's going down too far.
Okay, Gretchen? Yes, ma'am. Just a moment.
Ow.
Yeah,
Does it hurt?
Oh, I thought someone tried to pull on it.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
Come all the paramedics and whatever, and that was the end of filming. Because it wasn't even an episode where we're like, well, we can shoot out the other scene. Happened to be on the one episode.
And the way, do you remember how it was?
How do they finish it?
He's jumping on the bed.
See, Joe, that's why your parents told you not to jump on the bed.
But we waited until he was okay again to film the ending.
That's crazy.
Wow.
What started out to be the simplest ended up taking the longest amount of time to shoot.
That's wild.
Crazy.
That we didn't do that night before we started.
Our huddle. We didn't do the huddle.
We didn't do it?
That's the one time we didn't do it.
Yeah, you know what? We're taking too long. The audience has been waiting, and let's just go. I think that's why we didn't do it.
No, they wanted to curse Matt LeBlanc.
It was intentional to spite him.
Yeah, we do.
Because I don't want anything else falling off.
Yes. Yeah.
After that, we always did it.
Let's go see where we did the huddle.
Straight down to this purple door.
Oh.
Right around here.
Heat illness.
Wait!
Oh. Oh, yeah, and you'd have to have your
Wow.
hype comic in there.
There was a lot of energy.
That's right. When shows truly had a studio audience.
Yeah.
And we would listen to the audience, and if a joke didn't land, they were telling us it's not good enough.
It's a buffet. It's in trouble. How about here's where I win all my money back? I like that.
Pitching punchlines.
You guys ready?
Where is the waitress? I'm starving. It's a buffet, man.
Oh, here's where I win all my money back.
Good pitch, man.
It's like doing a one-act play every week with all of us.
Yeah, really is.
Yeah.
Oh, if you think that's funny, wait till you get a load of this next line. You need to try even laugh. I felt this rewarding.
Of course.
I felt like I was gonna die
if they didn't laugh. I would sometimes say a line and they wouldn't laugh, and I would sweat. I would
It would
freak
take
out.
you down.
Yeah.
You didn't tell us that. No, I don't remember you ever saying that.
And like you're the funny one. Like it's got to be extra. It's pressure on everybody, but like you're singled out as the funniest. Like,
Right.
When we were shooting in London, and Monica and Chandler are in bed together.
oh yeah.
Wait, what do they say about it the most?
I'm getting married today.
They listen to the audience the most.
Oh.
I'm getting married. Oh,
Ooh.
Do you think you knew I was here?
I think this was meant to be a short-lived thing.
A one-off, yeah.
Yeah. Patrons, I think somebody enlightened us to this.
Yeah, I think they're probably gonna talk about it.
We were just standing there saying, we just let them go.
100%, yeah. Like, that's so cool about this.
Okay, your turn. No, beginning.
Ah.
He told me to say it. He did.
The original plan was they would sleep together in London. And afterward, as they both like, oh my God, what did we do?
The way the audience reacted, there's more to this.
Well, I've never done that with you before.
Yeah, that's fascinating because, like, that really...
So we had time to really ruminate and think about it. We knew we had to explore it more.
London thing to this could be a thing.
That's what's so beautiful about
Wild.
the coalescence of, like, show and play that this is.
Right.
Oh, that counts.
Oh, good.
We still thought maybe it'd be fun with them doing it in secret and hiding it.
Yeah, that stuff was really fun.
Hey, the chicken.
Coming in.
Oh, yeah. You got the wine under there, too.
I know.
I've had a very long, hard day.
London and Monica and Chandler are trying to keep it a secret
Hey.
that they've been hooking up.
Mindy Kaling.
Actor, writer, producer.
So thanks for having me over.
It's funnier than anything they could have ever said.
Rach.
Agree. Yes.
Phoebes.
Phoebes. Yep. Leaning over that belly.
See ya.
See ya.
What the hell was that?
It's so fun because we, the audience, knows, but none of the rest of the cast knows.
Mm-hmm.
Love a good farce.
Phoebe and Rachel have tagged along with Ross, although it's pretty empty.
I love this apartment. Isn't it perfect?
I believe I never realized how great it is.
Because your eye immediately goes to the big naked man.
You know what? We should get him on the reunion.
Yeah. Big naked guy, come out.
There's Monica and Chandler. Hey!
They start taking off each other's clothes. Phoebe's mind is totally blown.
Oh! Oh!
Yes.
She's still got it.
Chandler and Monica! Oh, my eyes!
Killing it.
They're doing it!
I know.
You know!
I know, and Joey knows. So you have to stop screaming.
Oh, I love this bit. Yeah.
Good old Giddy.
Did you want to get this apartment?
Actually, it looks really good.
Oh my god.
Hug it out.
Show it.
I love that bit.
Show him doing it.
His body language in that scene is so great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Smelly cat.
Let's go. Yeah.
We
Just
have
a
to
few
get-
of the greatest hits.
Right, we have to get Red in here at some point, right?
Gotta
I haven't done this in a long time.
get Rudd in here. We gotta get freaking Hank Azaria.
Smelly cat, smelly
Cat, what are they feeding you?
Smelly cat, smelly
Ah,
cat.
this is-
It's not your
oh,
fault.
this is warming my heart.
They won't take you to the vet. Obviously not their favorite pet. And you're no friend of those with noses.
Oh, my
Lady Gaga.
Gaga.
Dressing as early days Phoebe.
Dude,
That's
Lady
crazy.
Phoebes, Lady Phoebes.
It's so weird because I was walking down the street and I just happened to. Car. Yeah.
Let's get it.
Cool.
I love Smelly Cat. It's one of my favorite songs. You mind if I take a Smelly Cat for a spin?
Do the music video version.
I love that Gaga has Phoebe hair, dude.
Smelly cat, what are they feeding you? It's not your fault.
Killing it.
Gaga. Gaga.
Stank on that.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Thank you so much. And you're no friend of those with the noses.
Find the E.
Smelly cat, what are they feeding you?
Hey.
It's not your fault.
Smelly, 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 really
Oh my God.
Hey.
Not your fault.
What are they feeding you? It's not your fault.
Oh, I smell it. What
Uh.
you eating, cat?
Stanky. Not your fault. It ain't your fault now.
Ooh.
Don't blame yourself. Beautiful.
Get better owners, Smelly cat.
Yeah.
That was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now do it with Ross's sound.
Still think it's better when it's just me. You heard it.
Thank you so much for being, I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but the different one,
Yeah.
or the one that was really herself.
Yeah.
Here, dude. I love Phoebe. In some ways, I am a Phoebe.
Same.
There are seasons I've never seen.
Me too.
Wow.
Michele and I started watching some of season 4. He enjoys them more than I do because I'm mortified with myself.
It's hard to watch myself because I know it's not true.
You know.
That's what you do for a living.
But it's weird to look at myself. I'm like, I don't buy a word of it.
That's an interesting way to look at that.
When I do watch the episodes, I'm laughing out loud. You all make me laugh so hard.
But who's your favorite?
That was on the other day. Friends is on, and I'm like, oh, look at that. Let's see which
It
one.
makes me wonder which one of the friends would actually watch the show Friends.
Watch David. Every little thing, like pulling the pants up and like slipping. I know you. It was all so calculated. Nothing happens by accident with you. I've watched you.
He's brilliant. Physically, yeah. Yes,
My
this
God,
episode.
dude. Oh, this is still so painful to
Oh,
behold.
yeah.
This is awful. This is so awful. This is so awful. Oh, no.
I can't quite
Okay, Harrington.
be specific about which one, but I know I'm part of the Geller family.
This is HBO after all.
I'm neurotic as hell, and I wear overly tight trousers.
Indubitably.
Good Harrington Geller.
These 6 actors are masters of physical comedy.
Here, dude. Biggest, funnest surprise.
Where Ross has decided not to pay for the delivery service, they start taking the couch up the stairs.
Pivot!
This is not something that's going to go up the stairs.
Oh, my God, dude.
And David Schwimmer.
That sounded like real pain.
Yeah.
Pivot! He's like a bird.
Yeah.
Shut up! That scene it's so simple.
Yeah.
There's maybe a page of dialogue. Nothing really in that dialogue.
Yeah, he made it magic.
But what they do in that time in carrying that couch up those stairs is one of the funniest things I've seen on TV.
And it's a situation that, like, in real life, you might convince yourself is possible. I love it.
Or that was his idea or someone recommended that he say it like that.
I really wonder. Yeah. Was he directing by this time? Like, I feel like you could certainly he could have had the input on that and built that himself for sure.
It's so
funny, dude. That's so fun. Did we get the same interstitial musician?
We get Gunther.
Was he with us still?
Yeah, I think so.
I used the quote.
You tripped every time. You wouldn't look.
He looked at his mark.
No, I tripped on that. But the second time I came in and looked, Phoebes, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. Phoebes, check it out.
Did not catch that.
Nice.
The time I went to pull the chair over and the chair fell over.
Yes.
Yeah, we saw this blooper happen.
And the final time you came in. Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out.
Oh, that's a great transition from them talking about it in one set to them watching it in the other.
I wonder how they strung this together.
That's why,
That Yeti is one smooth talker.
Yetis are smooth talkers. That's why you never see any pictures.
Oh, we didn't see this one in our video.
No, I don't think we did. We watched a whole hour of bloops and change.
It'll be like when he rapped at my bat mitzvah.
Butt mitzvah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Your bat mitzvah?
Yeah, I remember that too, yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, my God.
How much do you have that's good? None of it? Okay. I can't believe I just looked right at you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I can't believe Emma's still asleep.
I know. What are we going to do?
Carrot.
Yes, this one.
The is that?
I'm man. What is that? That's fire, you
You jack off. I don't think I caught the end of that the first.
Take off your robe.
Maybe I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Have
get
a
it.
Picture.
Yeah.
Comp in a different picture.
No!
That's such a weird picture of David Schwimmer.
She carries that tray to the doctor because if she doesn't, people die.
That was a fun episode.
Yeah.
The bloopers was so funny. When you look back, who had the loudest laugh?
Unanimous vote.
Best laugh. I can't help it.
laugh ever. When it was his laugh, like,
Oh, yes! Oh, they got me one more time. Mwah.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm so happy they gave us that.
Everybody is jealous.
Maggie Wheeler. Oh, Janice. Oh.
Maggie, if you perch on the corner here, Jen, you come back in.
We need to know how Janice got cast.
Thank you for being here, Maggie. What an absolute thrill. Let's talk about Janice for a moment.
Yeah, dude.
I got the audition sides across my fax machine, and I thought, you know, I know her. She lives in me.
It's interesting. Yeah, you still hear it in her, but she's way more turned up as Janice.
You seek me out. Something deep in your soul calls out to me like a foghorn.
A foghorn?
Janice. You can't live without me.
Now, this character needs a laugh because I'm not going to be able to get through a single scene with this guy. And I just looked at him and I went, and that was it. And anyway, everybody, oh my God!
Yes!
Friends reunion!
Thank you so much.
I love her.
Bless you.
I love her.
Everybody.
Was there any part of you that would have wanted a sequel series?
I mean, it's that thing where you're like, we'll probably know because we did it so
Perry.
well the first time, but also like, I want to hang out with the friends again.
Yeah.
James Michael Tyler.
James Michael Tyler, not Michael Ian.
Oh!
Hey, Gunther! Hell yeah.
It was the most memorable 10 years of my life, honestly. I could not.
From the Central Park Cat.
Just a better experience.
It's got like a terrarium.
Fantastic. It was just a joy to work with them. I felt very, very special.
Rachel?
Yeah.
Oh.
When's your birthday?
May 5th. Why?
Oh, I'm just making a list of people's birthdays.
Oh, mine's December.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Gentlemen, James Michael Tyler, Gunther himself.
Oh.
R.I.P.
Oh, R.I.P. Gunther.
I mean, will you allow me to ask what I would consider?
They really did this at the perfect time.
Yeah.
It's impossible not to realize and see that you're all good-looking, successful.
Let's get to the
It's
juice.
inconceivable to me that there
Inconceivable.
perhaps off-screen romances.
Oh.
Anticipation.
I mean, David?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is real?
Yeah, the first season, I had a major crush on Jen.
Oh.
And
There was
I
a re-
think
it was
we both,
reciprocal.
at some point,
Oh.
we were both crushing hard on each other.
Really?
One of us was always in a relationship.
Oh.
You know, we respected that, but we both
bullshit.
Whoa! Whoa! Joe! Whoa! Whoa!
I'm kidding. No, we did.
I just remembered.
That's true.
That's scandalous if that's true.
David, it's going to be such a bummer if the first time you and I actually kiss is going to be on national television.
Wow.
Hang on.
But so we just channeled all of our adoration and love for each other into Ross and Rachel.
Holy shit.
Fascinating.
Are you
Is this blowing anyone else's mind?
I was gonna say that is part of the sauce, man. That's got to be part of the sauce.
Totally did not expect that.
Scene in the coffee house when their first kiss. I watched it the other day and I was weeping.
Aww.
It was just perfect. I'm so glad you guys didn't because I don't know. Well, you were great actors.
They do say that. Didn't Joey have a thing about
Interior
that?
coffee house late that night. Rachel's
Yeah,
putting
with
up chairs.
the girl, the love triangle thing.
All right, I get it, Ross.
You had no right to tell me you ever had feelings for me.
Oh.
I didn't know then. And how come
Oh.
you never said anything to me?
There was never a good time.
Right.
Oh.
Right? You know, and it's not like I didn't try, Rachel, but things got in the way, you know, like Italian guys.
Oh, Paolo.
Gays or
him.
or Italian guys.
Or Paolo again.
And you know what? Now I got closure.
He storms out.
Closing this door. Oh. That's right in the doorway.
Then she stops, leans on a table, and drops her head. When she looks up, she's startled to see Ross at the door, staring back at her.
Oh.
They hold each other's gaze. She steps slowly towards the door. She unlocks the first lock, the second, the third.
Well, looking at
The
him.
door open.
Try the bottom one.
Ross rushes in, grabs her, and they kiss.
Oh.
So passionate, yeah.
Great scene. Great scene.
I thought back on the very first year or two, you know, when we had breaks from rehearsal, like there were moments we would like cuddle on a couch or something. We would just
Oh, wow. No. Oh, you just played with her hair.
How did not everyone know we're crushing on each other?
Maybe they did.
We knew
Oh,
for
well,
sure.
Great. Now, thanks.
Wow.
Golly.
We couldn't do anything about it.
How great, though, ultimately, because if you had and it didn't work out, it would not have probably been as great.
It'd been more awkward to shoot.
Just date now.
Yeah. Get married all these years later.
Yeah.
I'm going to go down and ask each of you, and this is just a
Neither of you are married.
yes or no answer.
Okay.
Were Ross and Rachel on a break?
Oh, Lord.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, okay.
Nice.
We were on a break.
Everyone unanimously agrees.
Couldn't believe all these people that we were all massive fans of.
Yeah.
We had Danny DeVito.
Good body.
Good body.
For the long arm of the law.
The long arm of the law. I didn't catch that before.
Oh my gosh.
Ben Stiller?
Ben.
Yes, he was
Yeah.
great. He was so funny.
What are you quacking about? Ooh, quack quack, Donald Dodo.
Donald Dodo. Oh, yeah, goatee Chandler.
I don't know why it was so funny.
It was
Because
he's funny.
Ben Stiller. Because of Ben Stiller.
Oh,
Because
God.
he's funny. And
Ben
Julia
Stiller's
Roberts.
Julia Roberts still one of the best.
Dude, killed it.
To enjoy Julia Roberts.
So fine back then. My God.
Peter Ross, I hate her.
Oh, and this was well after they would have.
Interesting she calls him Pitt, her ex-husband.
Yeah.
Idols, Sean Penn.
Aren't you gonna give me a kiss?
Well.
I will, but right after you have to tell me who the hell you are.
Script, and of course, I realized that I'm a potato.
You're Sputnik, man.
I had no, very little, if any, dialogue with him. Here I'm thinking greatest actor in the world, and I'm a potato.
Oh my God, you're Sputnik.
Oh, yes, her.
Yeah. Marry her.
Now, there's
Nope.
been some incredibly memorable outfits and costumes over the 10 seasons of Friends.
You're here.
Holiday Armadillo?
And some of those iconic right here tonight with our very own Friends reunion.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cara Delevingne.
Oh.
Okay. Celebrity
Rachel's
guests.
bridesmaid dress from Barry and Mindy's wedding.
Oh, that's right. It's a lot less puffy in the shoulders, but yeah, still same. Oh.
That's right.
Actually quite understated. Modeling Ross's leather pants from season
Oh,
I think
God.
she is a model.
Cindy Crawford.
Cindy Crawford. Let's go.
Alrighty.
Let's go, Cindy.
She's like, hey, I'm here.
Killing it.
Incredibly tight pants. But once he got them on, he couldn't get them off. And I think we've all been there.
Oh, yeah. Looking sharp, Cindy.
It's Sputnik time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need some holiday armadillo ASAP.
Justin Bieber.
Oh.
Sputnik Beaver.
I got Biebs. Okay. Interesting. All right, bud.
Nick Bieber.
Look at that, Justin Bieber, ladies and gentlemen.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Santa's half Jewish friend.
Hey.
It's the holiday.
Yes!
Gotta get it.
You had to.
Who's in there?
Oh, we also need Turkey Head.
Mystery.
Who is that? Again? Oh,
Ladies and
okay.
gentlemen, as the holiday
Wow.
armadillo.
That's a quick change for you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Or it's, more likely just edited.
Work it.
The camera loves you, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, wearing all of Chandler's clothes.
Yes.
No way.
Oh, snap.
Yes!
You didn't fully realize he was.
I didn't even realize he was on the couch.
I think they sneakily edited that.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
There
gotta
are the
get them
lunges. Yeah.
I wonder. I guess they must have just layered him up the same way. Part of me is like, is this a deceptively easy to put on?
I imagine so.
Last episode of their historic
Oh, we're
sitcom,
doing it
you're on
already?
a set of friends in Monica and Chandler's apartment, where in just hours, the show that made TV must see must end.
No.
Once you have family of your own, it's no longer that time. So the show came, I think, to a natural end.
Agree.
For us to end everyone in a good place.
Yeah. Here.
Yeah.
Monica and Chandler were gonna have their babies.
Hey.
Mm.
And that Phoebe was gonna be happy and have a
Aw.
life.
I want one.
Where's Paul Rudd?
And where is Paul Rudd?
There was some discussion in the writer's room about, do we really want Ross and Rachel to get together? I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Did she get off the plane? Did she get off the plane?
Oh, did she get off the plane?
I got off the plane.
Yeah. Even still, it hits. Ugh.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
One of the greatest. One of the greatest finales to ever do it.
Truly. Truly. Oh, still goes. Okay.
I mean, it's the end, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure this was very real. I'm sure this really felt real.
Really just got to embrace each other in that. Oh.
Stuff was very difficult to get through.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Arrivederci, au revoir. Take one, 5 cameras. Come.
Camera mark.
Okay, should we get some coffee?
Sure. Where?
The minute it was over,
Marta and I looked at each other, and I just kind of went to pieces.
Oh.
I remember that moment. All of us up the end of the hall.
Oh, even Jen is majorly
That was
crying.
nice. It was private.
Yeah, man.
I feel emotional about it now that I think about it. It was not just,
Oh.
it was the end of 10 years of relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, we were really, really proud of the show, but like anything good, it's sad.
Oh, they went back inside, yeah.
The end of an
Just
era.
to, to congratulate everybody. And yeah, you see it on Matt LeBlanc's face. He was emotional, man.
Yeah, the play is done. And again, like, because it's such a coalescence of television but live performance, like, it really must feel like ending a long-running play or something.
Totally.
The sets immediately started to be taken down because there was a pilot that was coming into the stage the next day.
How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Stay seeing them strike the
What?
set. It's like seeing someone pack up your childhood home.
100%.
Party where everybody just stayed on set and sat there and we ordered pizza and beer.
Yeah.
Moving night.
Did we all sign this at the end?
Yeah, must have done. I'm surprised they didn't.
Oh, Carlos.
They must have preserved a bunch of
Central-
the stuff, even though they struck it.
Yeah.
Shit here.
I shit here. Someone drew the Central Perk logo up there on the right.
Yeah, good catch.
The best 10 years of my life. Love
That's
to
me.
all.
5 cameras.
That is nice.
Marika.
Not as nice as mine.
Marika.
Is that something you'd ever even contemplate?
No.
No.
Everyone's lives are very nice, and they would have to unravel all those good things.
Yeah,
And yeah, I don't want anyone's happy ending unraveled.
agree.
At my age, to be, say, like floopy, stop.
What is the floopy?
Where's Rachel? Rachel, I think did we get married?
Again.
Playing with bones.
Playing with bones. And
That's paleontology.
paleontology, still paleontology.
Classic, yes.
Time. I don't know why. Playing with bones.
Playing with the bone.
Playing with
You know, and you are making me laugh every day.
Yes. Chop liver, chop Chandler.
Phoebe's married to Mike. They're probably in Connecticut. They had kids.
Where is Mike?
And she was like the advocate for her kids who were a little different and all the other kids
Hell yeah.
who were just a little different.
Yeah.
I think you probably open a sandwich shop in Venice Beach.
Hell yeah.
That's right. They're acknowledging you moved to LA.
Right? Yeah. I wish he would. Why not? I wish he would.
Where's Chandler?
It's Courteney Cox.
Other than being Monica's
Making her laugh.
hubby.
Yeah.
Aw.
This will be the last time that we're ever asked about the show as a group, that we will do this. Like,
Yeah.
And now, yeah.
You can't.
We will not wait that long to get together.
Oh, wow.
Wow, look at that, man.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Just please also state that I don't cry like this when we get together and have dinners.
No,
I
Jen
don't.
never cries.
No, I don't.
Eye roll. Bearded Joe.
Yeah, I was like, that's a good look for him.
Scruffaluffagus Joe.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, it was an incredible.
When was that?
Yeah, even. Nah, it's just Monica.
And it's just John.
Yes, and. See, James Corden's accent at least makes it real easy. Moniker. Oh no, that makes it worse. No!
John!
No!
I'm leaving!
No! This is the worst day of my life.
Sat with that.
Sat with the person all night long. You apologized to the people you were with, but they had to understand you. And that's the way.
I'm not laughing, I'm crying because it's so true.
That's the way it worked.
Aww.
Yeah.
All this little B-roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cast of Friends.
Damn, dude.
Hi, guys.
Ben Winston. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like I just went for a jog or something.
It was a journey, man.
God, all these different guest stars too, yeah.
Brother, where was Paul Rudd? He didn't even get.
Truly,
They didn't even say his
that
name.
Was weird. He's around.
Yeah.
And I mean, in loving. Oh
In
my
loving
goodness.
memory of-
R.I.P. Goodness gracious. So yeah, when did we lose James Michael Tyler? Oh, fun. Love the B-roll. Like, and too, this stuff doesn't always get saved.
Yeah.
So like, and love to see like, unless they doctored it somehow, because I never remember like the actual show looking as grainy in a celluloid kind of way, but like to see these old, oh my God, the Hudsucker billboard. But yeah, to see these like old film clips is really cool.
Yeah, it looks super crisp. Yeah.
That's the thing about film. If you focus right, I mean, like the actual resolution, you know, especially if it's 35 or, you know, there's no way this would have been 70, but you know. Man. That's fun. Right into the frame.
Wow.
We reunited with our friends. Guys, if
Felt so good.
If you made it to this point in the video, please, if you could be so kind as to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. Also, subscribe to the channel for whatever comes next. Our friends' journey for now is completed, but, you know, who knows? This has opened up. This has been a very enjoyable ride for us, but B, it's, you know, people seem to have been pretty chuffed that we went on this journey. So who knows what doors that could open for the future.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed for all 40-odd episodes of Joey that we are. I'm definitely not guaranteeing that we'll cover, but I hope we could someday. And if you guys want, just sound off in the comments. And
Please.
we'll see what happens. But also, if you want to get the full-length reaction, watch-along version of this, see every morsel of our experience that didn't make the highlight reel, you can grab your own copy of this. I assume just your HBO Maximum subscription. You can bring that over to patreon.com/therealrejects, where there you can sync up and watch along with us like you're just across the room, like we're all in it together, like we're hanging with our friends. You also get a little discount on some teas such as these from rejectnationshop.com when you join up over there. Also, you get a glimpse at our shooting schedule. You get to ask questions. It'll help guide our little discussion post-viewing our run. How you feeling, man? What did you think of this?
I thought it was great. I thought it was really well put together. Yeah, obviously we made jokes about like wanting red in here, but I think everything else was pretty
I'm
great.
legit surprised by this. I will say most things pretty great. There are a couple things I am surprised by.
Yeah,
but that is one.
That's for sure one of them. Yeah, it was great getting to see the cast all back together almost 20 years later, all older. And it's a funny thing because I felt that sense of nostalgia, even though this isn't a show John or I grew up on. It's a show that we watched together with you guys. And yeah, there was still, even though this isn't super distant for me, the fact that it still had that nostalgic effect was, yeah, really, really cool. And I feel like the special definitely succeeded in what it was setting out to do. It was great getting to know all these behind-the-scene things and these details that we weren't necessarily privy to before, how people got cast, what some of the earlier stuff was like. I think they wanted to keep things largely on the positive, largely on the celebration, because I know we talked before about Matthew Perry maybe having some like drug issues over the course of the show, and then like he was on and off, so it was kind of a rougher time for him. But they just wanted to celebrate their relationships, their friendships, the history, and how everything came together. And obviously, the show was 10 years long, 200-plus episodes. You can't get every little behind the scenes, every little detail. But for that little hour and 45-minute that we did have, I felt like they were able to derive a lot of joy and feeling from the experience.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a thing that could go any number of ways. I feel like you could, for how iconic and beloved Friends is, and for how much I imagine history and oral history and all sorts of stuff that there is to be uncovered. You could make a series out of it. You could do a few episodes of something like this, or even in the age of the Rewatch podcast. I mean, that's something that watching this I was struck with. I was like, damn, man, if we could have gotten a revolving door of the Friends cast. And I mean, you still could, sans Matthew Perry and a couple of other people. Rest in peace, obviously. You know, like, it's the tip of an iceberg. It's fascinating because this is very polished and it's a fun variety show. It moves, but it also has, some moments of actual emotion either with the cast or actually, like, one of the most moving things was also just seeing like real people talk about the impact, and that can often kind of go in a direction that I'm most used to seeing that in a praise situation, which is fine, which you need some of in a documentary / and or reunion or something like that. But to hear people talk about like, the gaps that it helped fill or the ways that it helped lift them in times of hardship was like a really kind of lovely, beautiful thing. But yeah, just all the behind the scenes, little tidbits and stuff, getting to see all this old footage. Like, yeah, it's weird. There's so many things, and watching it, I'm like, I had a great time. I feel very lovely. Like this is one version of how this could have gone, and doing something that is, sort of breezy and compact. It's interesting because, I feel like you could do, like I said, you could do a lot of content on this, and people would be there for it. So on the one hand, I'm like, shit, go deeper, go longer, do more, more girth, on this is what I'm looking for. It's interesting. I'm curious to hear what the various fan responses to this are, because it is like such a massive event after so much time. And according to what this said, it's the first time, sans one other time, that they've all reunited in this fashion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know quite how to articulate my feeling at this moment, because like I had such a lovely time, and it was really cool to see everyone get back together and see them impacted by seeing the old sets, by the old camaraderie slipping back in, seeing them do moments of table reads intercut with the old scenes. Like, there's a lot of stuff I thought was really fun and tasteful. There's a lot of other stuff that is like more just like fun variety show stuff. It has like, if you want to turn this into an hour and 40-odd minute special, this is really conscientious. There are ways in which you could maybe go deeper, or could maybe prioritize a more intimate kind of experience.
Yeah.
But yeah. For what this is, I thought it was really fun and really touching still. Like this, I think this succeeded at all the things that they wanted to do, even though I think there's just so much about Friends that you could do beyond that. You know, it's like, it's weird. It's not a complaint, but it is sort of like, oh yeah, this is a tip of an iceberg. And I guess it most directly translates, I guess what I'm feeling is sort of like James Michael Tyler shows up to say hi.
Yeah.
And then we're moving on. So I'm like, that, like it's weird, the proportions. It's like Mr. Heckles showing up for like a beat is appropriate. I think that's fun. And then, James Michael Tyler getting to at least be included is cool. But I'm like, man, you're in an interesting position. You have interesting perspective on the rest of the cast. Maybe there's not a lot to talk about there in real life, which is why this happened. But I could imagine a situation where there would be some more stuff to talk about with a character like him. Yeah. We got Maggie Wheeler. I love the way they handled the Janice bit. Like, perfect, well conceived. But that's another thing where I'm like, man, in something that's a little bit longer, we could have. Like, I'm like, you're part of the ensemble, but in a unique fashion, because you're not the core six, but you are a staple of the show. Like, more about your experience and more about your shared experience there. So, yeah, it's weird. It's like, I don't feel like the need to complain, but there are things where I was like, oh, man, give me more. Like, I want more, because, like, this is such an engrossing journey that we've been on, and it was cool to hear a lot from the creators. I feel like that stuff was pretty revelatory because, you know, they're not as much in the direct spotlight. I know they've been talked to a lot over the years about this stuff, but it's newer for us.
And I think the fact that, you know, we're not going to get another thing like this, because I want to say, like, within a year of this coming out is when Matthew Perry died.
Something like that.
Yeah, I want to say he died in 2022, 2023. And this came out in 2022. But, yeah, so we're not going to get the chance to experience something of this degree. And yeah, I would have liked to have seen like a mini series of sorts of like going over those longer things.
I almost feel like there should have been two things they did. I feel like they should have done an actual reunion variety show like this, but I feel like you could have produced a companion that like leads up to it. Something like, here's how we're preparing with everybody, and then you can get like expansions on the moments where they come in and see the set for the first time. Or I don't know, it's almost like you could do like an extended mini-series based off of what got distilled into this. You know?
Totally, yeah.
And to commemorate, again, something that is like so beloved, so culturally iconic, that has so many ripples and echoes and has influenced so much. Like, we live in a time where the Beatles, you know, have multiple crazy documentaries where it's just like 5 hours of fly on the wall footage. Right. And I'm like, you could do that for something like Friends that is on that level of iconic, you know, status.
For sure. Like, I have to imagine how they did with, it wouldn't be the exact same thing, but that movie, Saturday Night, or like the one where they made it based off of.
Yeah, the SNL, and it's like all in real time.
Yeah, I could see something like that sort of happening with Friends in a, maybe not with the pressure degree, but like a making of behind the scenes and like go over like the drama or the interpersonal relationships in those early days and some of the challenges and like how they cast everybody. Like I always love those. Like, I haven't seen this one, but The Offer, even like behind the scenes of The Godfather, that show.
Sure.
So yeah, I always love stuff like that. So yeah, I'd be curious to see something like that one day. But as far as what they did here, I feel like they did the best they could. Also, the fact that it was during COVID, they did the best they could with the limitations and maybe the scheduling of what they had available to them. And yeah, because we can't have another thing like this per se, because Matthew Perry isn't here anymore. The guy who played Gunther? His name?
James Michael Tyler.
James Michael Tyler isn't here anymore. So yeah, I feel like, you know, we're very lucky and blessed to be able to have something to this degree. Oh, he died a couple years. So wait, when did the special come out then? 2021, I imagine.
Yeah, so I mean, this would have been they.
Oh, he died like 6 months later.
Just a little bit after.
Wow, maybe he was going through it. Did he die of cancer?
It's possible. Because I wonder. I mean, he didn't look especially, you know.
Oh yeah,
prostate cancer.
Yeah, he was probably
it's hard.
Some healing and stuff, or some Oh
yeah, he didn't disclose it until slightly after. Yeah, the release of this. Gosh, yeah. I mean, and God, this picture of him with the Scream tie is great.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to see him. Yeah, this was one of those things where it's like it's pure joy, and then there are little things you can like zero in on or wish for more of. But like this is a cherry on top of something. So like I'm not gonna be too upset. I think the one thing that is kind of noticeable is that it is light on Matthew Perry.
I was thinking the exact same thing. It is pretty light on him. I noticed he had the least amount of things to say out of all the cast.
Yeah, and I couldn't really tell what that was about. If they just didn't feel like I'm sure. I don't know what was happening in his personal life at this time. I feel like he probably would have been relatively clear. He's gone through his addiction battles and whatnot. I thought he had gotten sober for a while.
He seemed the least enthused to be there.
He definitely seems. He is the
Something
one
felt
of
a little
the
off.
most of them who you could tell has been through a lot.
For sure.
I suppose I would say.
Like,
So there are times where like the rhythm isn't quite the same whip crack. But like he was making jokes and stuff, and I like it was the most noticeable when they're like, "We're gonna go down the line. What's everyone doing?" And he pretty much just
the screen in the background here.
I don't know if you guys will hear that.
Remember what they're watching?
They're shooting. I set that up. What was it? Something.
You'll find out soon enough.
But yeah. Like the Matthew, I couldn't tell if they were edited, if they just didn't include much of what they got with him, or if he really was the mellowest in terms of his interjections and his,
I felt like they were cutting around him because when he was like, "They don't call me," like I don't know if it was his delivery that made it feel like, oh, he's serious, or just something about his tone, or I don't know. I was like, oh, is he joking right now? I can't tell if he's actually joking.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell. Yeah, I wasn't sure if the idea was like, well, we don't have a lot that's like flattering or whatever. But it is one of those things that's tough because you're like, man, and you want this. Like, I imagine there probably had to have been a ton of conversations behind the scenes about
for sure.
What's okay to talk about or not, and that's another thing. Like this is very agreeable and it's very upbeat, so it's not really diving into what I'm sure there were difficulties and sordid things behind the scenes. Not that I want this to be some kind of tabloid thing. It doesn't have a lot that's very challenging. You get a brief dive into like, okay, so is anybody canoodling behind the scenes, and it was sweet to find out that they took all that attraction between David Schwimmer and Jennifer Aniston and just poured that into the characters. I'm choosing to believe that Matt LeBlanc was just joking and that they really did that. I mean, it feels like they did that, and that's a really cool thing to learn. I guess that's the thing, is you want a reunion like this to feel both cozy but also revelatory. I think this leans cozy.
Yeah.
There are some really nice behind-the-scenes things and some really nice, like things that make you feel like you were kind of a fly on that wall. It's not super revelatory in that it's not like revealing a lot that you don't necessarily already have access to the information for.
Yeah. They also didn't touch the concept of Matt LeBlanc having the Joey spin off with a 10-foot pole.
At all. No, I was like, sandwich shop in LA? I know Joey moves to LA. Is that about the only reference? Because the Joey show, did that have the same team work that, or was that like a different set of...
Yeah, was it the same writers?
Okay, so this is different.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if these were maybe writers. I feel like maybe these names could have popped up.
Where's the Joey reunion? We need the Joey reunion.
We need
ASAP.
the Joey reunion special. I think we need to get Andrea Anders and Drea Di Matteo is on this show. Okay, get Paulo Costanzo. There's so many Tribbianis. Jennifer Coolidge is just a whole other character in this show.
Yeah.
What the hell? Why are we?
One of Joey's brothers goes with him?
Adam,
or a cousin or something?
Adam Goldberg, Christina Ricci, Ben Falcone. What's going on here? Yeah, we got, I assume, a brother and a sister at least, and another sister. I don't know, or a niece and a brother. Whatever. We got multiple Joeys.
Why was it canceled?
What?
Low ratings. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really sad. People love Joey, but he didn't have all those friends. People didn't want to see his family be his family. They didn't want to see his friends be his family. But I like that every episode convention is Joey and the ... So yeah, we can get Joey. I mean, he was. Yeah, I feel like this was heavy on Matt LeBlanc, David Schwimmer, and Jennifer Aniston the most, and then
For sure.
And then
Courteney Cox was kind of secondary as well.
Yeah, I would say Lisa Kudrow probably in the middle, and then Courteney Cox, and then Matthew Perry is kind of and then everybody else, is sort of featured for a hot second. I am very surprised given the fact that, again, Paul Rudd, huge. Hank Azaria works as much as ever. His star is not faded, even though he's not like the biggest name. So I'm very surprised those guys didn't show up.
Was there any other classic moments or scenes you're surprised they didn't touch in the show? In the special?
Maybe one of the turkey heads.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's pretty
one.
iconic. And I mean, we acknowledged, I think Courteney Cox said Thanksgiving episodes, but yeah, we didn't get a turkey head on the runway.
I wish we would have acknowledged Marcel. I wish we would have acknowledged Chicken Duck.
We should have acknowledged the Chicken the Duck.
Yeah. And I wish they would have gave a moment or some sort of something for Take Thee Rachel.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of great. It's the thing. It's like you could do this forever. You could be like, we go this moment and this moment and this moment, and yeah, I liked a lot of what they chose to zero in on, but that's absolutely one I would have thrown in there, toward the top of the pile. And actually, that's a good segue into our questions because we've got some other thoughts like this. Let's go, Stephanie Horton. Thank you for sharing one more Friends Day with us. Take it away.
All right. What did you hope to learn about the Friends or the making of Friends that was not shared during the special that you'd still like to get answers to?
I mean, goodness, there's
why. I have one.
Please.
Why was Dermot Mulroney only in 2 episote?
Yeah, what
seemed
happened
like they were
there?
setting that up to be something.
That sure seemed like it was meant to be more. I might ask about. I mean, because we touched on all the romances to some extent, but we never acknowledged the Joey Rachel romance.
That's right.
And that would have been a cool opportunity to engage with something that is divisive, but in a good-natured fashion. Because again, that, at least for them as performers, got to open up a lot. And I feel like they talked about the attraction behind the scenes between Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer. So I'm like, I don't know, that would have been cool to dive into because it is like sort of a unique moment that is like kind of a bigger canon event, I suppose, even if people don't agree on it. And some of like the destination stuff would have just been fun to touch on. Any of Phoebe's family members, I feel like that kind of thing trails off the show, and it would have been fun to maybe, I don't know. I loved having Lady Gaga here. I thought that was a fun,
that was really fun.
Twist.
It would have been nice to also get a Sprouse twin appearance.
Agree.
Because they played Ben.
Yeah, freaking Carol and Ross, Ross's wife, ex-wife, and her lady. Ross, ex-wife. Yeah, Carol and what's her Susan. There you go.
Carol and Susan. Yes.
I'm surprised they weren't involved in any fashion. Yeah, well, something. I guess I don't know. It would be more. I'm trying to think if there's like anything from a specific episode. I mean, there's certainly things about how hearing them all comment on the crazy cold open with Robin Williams and Billy Crystal would have been interesting just because I understand that was sort of cooked up and something that really involved a lot of spontaneity. Yeah, I'm sure there's. I mean, selfishly, I wanted to hear Ross talk about his sound.
Yeah.
Because I adore Ross's sound.
I wish we would have got a Hank Azaria appearance and they would have talked about that. Why we won't. Because we didn't touch on Paul Rudd at all. It was so weird.
He shows up in like a clip or two and they mention that Phoebe gets married, but it was like nothing. And I'm like, and that too, I feel like toward the end of the show, as they are getting married off and there are more people coming in and out, like we do slightly expand Paul Rudd is ensemble adjacent by the end of the show.
Exactly.
So yeah, it is a bit funny. I don't know. There are endless tidbits I would like to hear. If there was something, that I was like, oh man, burning desire to hear about this, and they just left it out. I'll have to think a little bit more. But I would love to hear. I very much would love to hear just what all you guys as viewers would have liked to hear more about.
Yeah.
Nikki Sonorisa, Jaren. That's us. I hope you enjoyed the reunion special. We did very much. I remember crying a lot when this was first released. I bet. Were there any guests you wish they had included? Oh, tons. Was there anything you would have liked to hear more about that they didn't talk about? I just wanted to say that I had so much fun rewatching Friends with you. It remains my favorite sitcom to this day, and it feels like I got to share it with you, which made me super happy. That's the goal, man, and it's been really lovely to be welcomed. You know, it's a beloved show, and it's got the biggest among the biggest fan bases ever. So just to have this be such a fun, you know, communal experience has been really great.
Yeah.
I mean, I would take any and all guests they could have possibly gotten. I mean, I feel like we got a couple of. I am surprised we didn't get a Sprouse. That legitimately surprises me.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd, we've said. Hank Azaria, we've said. I don't know. I mean, like, there have been so many recurring. Jennifer Coolidge could have been fun. There are so many recurring. We got Reese Witherspoon. No Christina Applegate.
Yeah, good point.
You know, none of Rachel. And, you know, some of these actors might. I don't have a great lexicon for, like, who of all the older cast is with us.
Aisha
but, like,
Tyler would have been nice.
Aisha Tyler would have been certainly a good person to include. I feel like it was good to get Elliot Gould and Christina Pickles, but it would have been nice to have, you know, some of like Rachel's mom or dad. I mean, freaking Chandler's parents are iconic in terms of the casting. So, you know, that would have been fun to include somehow. It is fascinating, too, because I'm realizing that I'm sure COVID... What I will say is I'm sure COVID hindered some of their plans. At the same time, I'm sure they could have worked around just about anything, given what we saw here. They could have at least piped people in, you know, remotely or whatever.
But I think some of your questions we talked about in previous questions, like more chicken duck, like grabbing a certain actors that were a part of the cast.
I was going to say 9 guest stars we missed at the Friends reunion. Obviously, Paul Rudd's on there. Yeah. Jane Sibbett, Carol would have been cool. Aisha Tyler obviously would have been good.
Bruce Willis would have been fun.
Bruce Willis would have been sick. And
But,
I think
yeah, he would
this
have already been
wouldn't
sick
have
at
been
that point.
possible.
Yeah.
Would have been sick. In a cool, it
Oh,
would have
yes,
been cool
yes,
to
yes.
see. It works both ways. Yeah. No more clarifications. Would have been sick, but would have been sick.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hank Azaria for sure. Christina Applegate, yes. Yeah. Giovanni Ribisi of all. I think it would have been very funny, frivolous but funny, if they had a second Lisa Kudrow just show up to acknowledge. Paget Brewster could have been cool because that was a whole triangle between Chandler and Joey. I like not one I'm like, you gotta have her.
Yeah,
but,
I'm not as
you know,
like keen on that one.
And yeah, Cole Sprouse is definitely one where I'm like, damn. Especially because then you see Justin Bieber and
that
you're like,
thing didn't even include Paul Rudd that we just looked at.
No, he was the top. He was the first one
okay.
included. Yeah, no, there's
I
no
missed
way.
that.
There's no way. And I mean, too, like, it makes sense not to have the cameos around, like, any of the major cameos, like, appear, even though you could have done that and had a lot of fun with it. You know, get Danny DeVito. I'm sure he would show up, or Julia Roberts might pipe in or something. But they did acknowledge Brad Pitt. Like, that was an interesting.
She called him Pitt.
Yeah, because I mean, this time I'm like, that's long gone history now, and I'm sure that didn't end very great.
Yeah.
So yeah, this actually, I hadn't thought about this, but you know, they did a lot of table reading and stuff like that. It might have been cool to see maybe like a deleted scene, or them do this thing is sort of pitching like, do a new scripted scene with them. I think there is something about like the behind the scenes nuance just generally of this that you could have gotten a little bit more of. Like, this was mostly just a party, and that's fine. That's totally fine. And I get why you would want it to skew that way. But you know, I feel like they could have tugged our heartstrings a little more deeply. But yeah, I don't know. Like, this is such where I don't have. It's like if any major plot, like, I'm sure there's some random thing in the history of the show where I'm like, oh man, I wish we could know more about that.
Right,
you know,
right.
And we've had some random like interludes with characters where I'm like, Adam Goldberg as like the weird roommate, like that would have been fun to unpack a little bit, or like what physical, like I would have loved to have zoomed a little bit more in on the process of doing the slapstick, because there is so much iconic slapstick, and like they did the whole Joey got his shoulder dislocated thing, so I'm sure not a ton of mishaps happened, but you know, it'd been nice maybe to do a little bit more with some of that, but I don't know. It's hard to like truly feel the need to complain. You know, it's just all stuff that you could have gotten more of if they had the time and means and everyone agreeing on it. And that's probably the hardest part, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go Anna Karen. Oh,
Anna Karen.
What you got?
Oh no, that's all I was gonna say. Let's go to the next one. All right, a lot of people grew up with this show, and it is so special to them. Is there a show that you grew up with that you would love for them to do a reunion on?
It's already happening. King of the Hill's doing it.
Hey.
We're doing it with King of the Hill. Is there another show, though? I'm trying to think. What other show from my youth would be?
I'd love it's one of those shows that I remember loving. I've not seen it in some time, but I think it'd be fun to do a How I Met Your Mother reunion. I think that'd be cool. They have a Boy Meets World podcast, so it's not like a formal reunion. And then Ben Savage isn't even on it because he doesn't want to talk to them anymore.
He doesn't want to talk to them anymore.
Yeah, they've asked him to come on the podcast. He just kind of cut them off from his life.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm like, the main character of your show has nothing to do with you.
Was it a bad experience?
I don't know. I mean, he did the original show, and then he did a spin-off show about the daughter years later. So I don't know what the hell's going on.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. Golly. I'm trying to think what other show. I know I just had one too.
It's Declassified School Survival Guide. Give those kids have had a podcast for years, and they've ruined all semblance of innocence we believe they have. But I think they should still do a reunion special, if not a sequel series. So hey, I'd be down for that.
Okay. I mean, the Wayans brothers are already reunited, so that's taken care of. I got my King of the Hill reunion. I don't know what else I could possibly ask for. SpongeBob keeps going. I see, what did I grow up on?
Oh, this is super niche, but if they did a Warehouse 13 reunion, that'd make me very happy.
Get a Warehouse 13. Okay.
Did you ever check that one out?
I remember when it came out. It was on Sci-Fi, right?
Great show. Yeah.
I will check it out now. All right. All right, Warehouse 13. I see you. Leave us what shows you would want a reunion special for. I'm gonna have to let's do a quick Google shows that deserve a reunion special. Let's see what we get after the Friends success.
Oh, The Office would be a great one.
The Office, yeah. I mean, I didn't grow up with it growing up. A lot of people say Cheers. It makes sense.
Scrubs has a sequel series.
Scrubs
Psych has movies every so often.
I was going to say, I love Psych dearly, and they do a movie once in a while, so I hope. And I think they actually have a script for the next Psych, so I would love,
A nice movie?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so I don't know what the status is. I don't know if it's even going to happen, but I know that they want to make it, and I know that they have at least the means to make it. So, or at least they have the creative ideas.
I know eventually we're getting a Community movie because they did 6 seasons in a movie.
Okay.
Was that over one you watched or?
No, I've seen scattered episodes here or there, but I would love to get on Community as a full, actual viewing experience. Yeah, I missed Community back in the day as a full experience. I missed people love Arrested Development. I've not really
a House reunion. That'd be fun.
House I watched a lot. I mean, Supernatural again didn't quite grow up on Supernatural, but a reunion special would be super fun. House, good ensemble on House too. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. A lot of what I was watching when I was a younger person was animated and stuff. And I mean, a lot of the other things have already had either late sequels or reunions. So, again, these are all good questions. I'm going to have to ruminate further.
Yes.
That was a slow version of the clap. Eric, 71, 751. Matt once said on the Graham Norton show that he ate the food David spit out during a blooper. But it's just as funny to hear him talk about it again. What other backstories do you wish was said? I want to know more about Ross's sound.
Yes.
Want to know more about the sound.
I want to know what happened to Russ.
I want to know what happened to Russ. Absolutely. I want a detailed breakdown of where all these incidental characters eventually wound up. Yeah. I mean, there's a funny backstory, I'm sure, for everything. I wish there was a little more breathability to get a bit more of that stuff, and I guess that there is a bit of a trickiness because you have to, I don't know, it's got to happen naturally. I guess they all have to get back together and really naturally just sort of reminisce or whatever. But yeah, I mean, we got Marcel, we got, I don't know, working with, it would have been cool to talk about working with some of those guest stars who were on multiple episodes, especially a Bruce Willis getting to
Sean
kind
Penn.
of, or Sean Penn, yeah, who you are having in multiple guest appearances who you do get to, or Gary Oldman for Matt LeBlanc, which is a sillier character, but even still, those are moments where you're working with thespians and other things, and would be a cool insight to have because, again, this show was a crossroads. It's a comedy, but you were also attracting big dramatic actors and various other things. And yeah, I don't know. And two, I guess to hear, I always love. They got into some of this, but I always love hearing about what choices, and things actors bring in. Like, seeing a little bit of like the writers pitching a different punchline, like stuff like that, like the unexpected origins of a bit or a gag or something like that, is always a fun one. I don't know, like it would have been kind of maybe nice even to spotlight some of the recurring motifs that we would do, like, again, Thanksgiving episodes mentioned, but we could have done something with like the tradition of that or various things. But I don't know. It's kind of like a broad, like anything you could. There's so many things. It's weird. It's like there's so many things you could add to this to make it richer. But as again, relatively surface but very wholesome and fun, sort of look back, they checked a lot of the boxes.
Was there any part of it that got you emotional?
I think I got the most emotional when the people were talking about the impact that it had on them, when that guy was talking about his dad, when the other person was talking about like meeting their partner and just sort of bonding over that. And again, these aren't the kinds of stories you've never heard before, but in a situation like this, again, like I said before, those kinds of testimonials can sometimes feel fluffy. Like, oh yeah, we're just going to get some people to talk about how much they love Friends. We all know people love Friends. But like that version of that, both in the positive and the more heart-wrenching side, was like a really real nice thing at the very center. And it had some of the more raw emotion that I wish was included among the cast. Like, it was nice to see them get emotional over the set and being together. You did feel that, but I felt it the most, just palpably when people were sharing their experience.
Yeah, I think that's the one part that made me cry, and then, you gave it the tissues and stuff. And it was really a twofold sort of thing when it was happening in the moment. Because on one hand, obviously, it's really great that this show has not only reached people across the world, but has impacted their lives in such a integral way. And then the other part of it was like, oh, that's because we work on the internet and we don't get a lot of in-person. I mean, it happens from time to time, in-person experiences, people coming up in life and saying like they love what we do and stuff. But a lot of that stuff happens in the comments. So it's kind of this surreal experience of like, oh, it's not to the same degree and not the same thing exactly, but I'm like, oh, this is what it's like to be a part of something that affects people's lives, and then getting to see people give them their flowers. And I was like, oh wow, this is what we do for people as well. And you see like comments like these, or in the comments of our friends' videos, that people who go through hard times watch us for comfort and watch us watch things that give them comfort. I just thought there was something beautiful about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that's kind of what the whole Friends legacy is this sort of, comforting, bonding, sort of living organism. And it does perfectly embody what they set out to do, that time where your friends are your family. And for that to last about a decade is kind of nice. It kind of makes sense. It kind of seems like this all, minus a couple things that could have been smoothed or reworked here or there, like it seems like it worked out pretty well just as a show under all these different circumstances. I think it would have been cool maybe, like, they did nicely to really, you focus in on the ensemble. If we had more time, I would have loved to have just heard more about the different dynamics between pairs, or, because like every ensemble is also paired off or, trioed off or whatever. So, hearing the different dynamics maybe in, like a full cast environment versus, oh, I'm getting to play off this person or that person specifically, and hearing about maybe the way the different, members of the ensemble might work together could have been cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you could, I'm sure, kind of make people reminisce all day.
True.
So yeah, curious to hear what the thoughts are, but yeah, I had a really lovely time with this, and it was just really nice to look back over the show, and it definitely made me feel, fuzzy and emotional seeing them, back in the old set. And I think it was a really great idea to do some table read, do some clips, have some celebrity guests stop by, and I think too, I mean, like, I loved getting at least a little bit of a glimpse into the whirlwind that it was going from, like, assembling the ensemble, doing the first season, and then, the show blowing up and changing lives for everyone involved. I get the sense they touch a little bit on the fact that it's surreal being thrust into that level of fame so quickly. And there are spaces within that where I think you could do more to explore the up and down and the back and forth of, going through. Like something like this is like a unique blessing, and also it puts you, like they said, into a bespoke scenario where only a couple people can understand what it is that you're experiencing, despite being part of this, big beloved piece of, cultural art. So I don't know. Yeah, it's just interesting. It makes you think, and I'm glad we got to at least see some of how the sausage was made. I'm glad that everybody seemed to be on at least relatively good terms as of shooting this, and yeah, my heart is full.
My heart is full.
Leave us.
I would have liked more trivia, but other than that,
dude, I could have watched the whole game out of that.
Yeah.
I could have watched them do the other
hour.
game where Joey, that episode where Joey's trying to audition to be the host, and he's got Chandler and Ross trying to do the thing, and yeah,
Bamboozled.
Bamboozled. There you go. Yeah, I could have done with. Yeah, it's like I would absolutely accept more of the fun and games they cooked up for this, and then just I think the only thing this was really missing was some of the heavier, more lifey, more bittersweet stuff that I'm sure is probably the stuff that gets sanded off of something like this first.
Yeah.
Because you got to get all 6 people and also other people to agree and yada, yada, yada. So yeah. But thanks for spending time with us. Thanks for making this Friends journey what it has been. I mean, the show is lovely, but also just getting a taste of the water cooler, a taste of the communal with this has been really, really, really lovely. So happy and excited to get to start the rewatch now and just make it part of my comfort food diet.
Same.
Leave us your thoughts on the reunion. What'd you love about it? Who else would you have liked to see show up and make a guest appearance? What other things would you have liked to have heard about? What other pieces of Friends lore and history would you have liked to heard unpacked? What was your favorite moment? All that stuff, leave it in the comments. Engage the shit out of this video. And we'll see you on the next one. Much love, people, and go hug your friends. Yeah. All friend hug. We're going to go take a friend nap now. Just like Ross and,
right now.
So no one told you naps were gonna be this way. At the end of the video, and we're yes-anding all the way. Who will cut the camera and the audio equipment and move us along to the next shoot that starts in about 6 minutes? I will make the first move.